We're now going to have a little photo show, and I'm just going to suggest that you have a think about Bernie, the character of Bernie, and your relationship with him, and I'd like you to have a think about a word or a phrase that describes Bernie as we go through this photo show.
Keep on a nagging and bully-ragging and criticizing and call me pison. I ain't apologizing, no siree. No matter what you say, I still suits me. The rag you're chewing must be a ruin. Keep right on knocking, keep right on mocking. My rocking chair ain't rocking, no siree. No matter what you say, I still suits me.
Does you ever wash the dishes? Does you do the things I wishes? Does you do 'em? No, you don't. Will you do 'em? No, you won't. When there's any work into it, I'm the one that's gotta do it. When it's raining, who's the fella? Uses up the whole umbrella. Selfish as a man can be.
No matter what you say, I still suits me.
You don't make money.
I know that, honey.
I never see none.
Ain't gonna be none. But that don't worry me none, no siree.
This life is just no good.
No matter what you say, I still suits me.
So, that was a cute song for that, huh? Seems like it suits Bernie. When I think about Bernie, the couple of words that come to my mind are intelligent and cantankerous. And I just wonder if any of you have got some words you'd like to share with each other. And what I'm going to do is repeat them into the mic because this service is being recorded and we'll be sending it over to Terry. So I'm starting with intelligent and cantankerous. Does anybody else like to suggest a word or a phrase? A loving little larrikin. Thanks, Janice. Cheeky. Mm-hmm. Determined. Cheeky, determined. He was real bullheaded, he was, wasn't he, Peter? Yeah. Quite unique. Thank you, Francis. Anti-establishmentist. Okay. And a free thinker. Wonder where you get that from, Dean. Sorry, Des? Also very kind. Thank you. Inquisitive, yes. Yes, I'll repeat that for Terry's sake, that Isabel is saying that she met Bernie for the first time at Erin and Henrik's wedding and found that he was a very charming man and happy to be looked after. Thank you for that. I'm now going to ask Janice, Bernie's niece, who'd like to come and say a few words.
Now this is about Bernie, but I always named him Bernardo, which he loved. What can I say about a loving uncle? So he was always there for me, even if it was a phone call. When in my early teens, my uncle Bernardo and I were out in my mum's little car and he was speeding and I said, will you slow down? And so as we were going down Basing Street Hill, he took the steering wheel off and handed it to me and said, here you are, drive the bloody car yourself. And I shit myself. Oh, God. And we went sailing in his boat, my son Adam and my daughter Belinda, and we had a picnic with him. And my son Adam loved it so much and was really excited. And Bernardo was very excited to think that we all loved it. And we had such a fantastic day. And when my eldest daughter Tina got married, I made a speech. And Bernardo said to me when I sat down at the table, "I'm so very proud of you, the way you spoke." He always made me feel good about myself and very positive, which I really loved. And Jono and I went to see him on Boxing Day, and I kept kissing him and telling him how much I loved him, and said, "Do you know why I'm kissing you?" And I said, "It's because I love you." So I said, "Is it okay if I still kiss you?" And he said, "That's okay, Jan." So it was so good to be able to tell him that I loved him, you know, and see him. So that's all I've got to say.
Hi, I'm Erin, Bernie's granddaughter. I'm reading some works from Peter Stokes, who in recent years has been really good friends with Bernie and has kept an eye out for him. Peter's recently had his cataracts done and can't read at the moment, so therefore it's a great honour to be up here. Bernard, a man I came to know over a period of 30 years, a very intelligent man and a man I learnt a lot from. His quirks made him a truly unique and funny character. I'm sure those who knew him best can relate to some of his quirks that I would like to share with you all here today. Bernie was a very inquisitive fellow, and so he had to know how everything worked. He had to know everything about everything, and so read books on every subject. A one-way street, some might say, as he'd pull something apart, and there it stayed in all its glory for a long time. One subject he was quite proud to have studied to perfection, and he didn't get this one from a book, was efficiency. When making a cup of coffee, the lid of the jug and the power cord were always a nuisance, so he removed them both and simply used the live wires to boil the water. On one occasion, he was finally talked into getting a microwave, so when I called in and I asked, "How's it going?" he said, "All right, I'm using it now," and so he was. After washing his socks, he was drying them in the microwave. We decided to get the sewerage on 26 years after everybody else. I lent him a mattock, and after 3 goes, he was exhausted. So John turned up with his mate and a digging machine, and he looked on with astonishment as they dug the trench so quickly. He sat there that night staring at the trench, and over a couple of cold beers, he explained to me that he himself was going to put on in another 2 extra toilets, one in the bathroom and one in his bedroom. He had one of the most amazingly secure and unique filing systems I have ever encountered. When on a trip to Sydney, his house was burgled, but the thieves were so confused they couldn't even finish their beers. I guess the thought of putting everything back together was too much work for them. Fun aside, Bernard was a man of the highest integrity, and anything shared in confidence would always stay that way. Bernie, you always made me feel welcome at your door, and you were always welcome at mine. You will be sorely missed, and are a true friend with a calibre I could never replace. Goodbye, my friend, Peter Stokes. And I think, Bernie, you know how much I love you.